actually. Hold on. Okay, there we go. So we are now back with more Entities Campfire. I want to quickly make a point of personal issue. We had a setting where the delay was up. However, it looks like technical difficulties occurred in OBS where delay just simply was not occurring. So I do apologize for that. But we are back, and this time we also have a perk blocker. So unfortunately, we will be utilizing that for the remainder of the trials going forward as we are playing the Dredge on Midwich. Now, Dredge is also a very difficult set for our survivors here and for our killer, as you need to be very, very meticulous about the generators you're doing, not giving free tags, not allowing our killer to catch you off guard in Nightfall, as we will be seeing chase going on onto Patrol here. Patrol taking it on to the upstairs part of the map over by 9 side. 9, however, has nothing, so we will be seeing a tag onto Patrol. Lovely, lovely tag coming in. Patrol going to be wobbly vaulting the window. No, instead is simply going to be walking down the stairs. There's a teleport coming in from Dynamel and perhaps to catch him off guard. That will not be happening, however, as Patrol continuing onto the 10 side of the map. This locker is locked, so no teleport will be happening. Not that it was needed. Patrol, nothing else to use, so we will probably be seeing a down, barring, no, this 8 pallet here, actually. So very, very, very efficient use of resources by Patrol. However, Patrol will be dying on a God pallet. However, we know that Surge is a problem, so Ja will be taking a bit of a screaming. And that means no pallet save. We see Ja here, and Ja's going to have to win a couple of Remnant Mind Games as he wins the first Remnant Mind Game of the match. Beautifully played by Ja, circling around this very unsafe pallet here against the Dredge, as he will be making the window. Beautifully played by Ja here, as Patrol will be getting out. And we are seeing Note, and he's going to be dropping the pallet over at bottom 11. And that will be a teleport out by Dino. We do not have the pressure to continue this chase. We do understand that this generator was being progressed, so we will be continuing chase. Note, dropping the pallet. And also a lock onto that locker to suit. However, there is another lock, so it will not be fully secured for the Dredge here, as we're going to be seeing a teleport out as well. Survivors need to make sure they're on their communications, making sure that they are not getting caught off guard by the Dredge as easily as it can be on the Midwich Elementary School. We are just currently searching for a survivor, as we know that 2 generators are being progressed. Not that much progress to speak of, as 1 will be interrupted. That is Patrol again. Patrol was our first chase and will not be our last, as it will be a pallet break for Patrol. Patrol will be making the 8 side of the map. Nothing, however, to speak of. Balance landing? No balance landing, as a tag will happen for Patrol here. Beautiful tag by Dynamel, and needed that, as chase will continue onto the 6 side of the map. Now, into the courtyard, as we will be hearing Ruin cleansed, no Pentimento, as it is banned. Remnant Mind Game coming through. Patrol needs to win this, or it will be over for him. Beautiful patience by Patrol here. Will be breaking that pallet. Does Patrol get out? No, Patrol still building a house, building IKEA. However, Remnant will be eaten by Note. However, was it really that good? Because Patrol doesn't really have anywhere to go from here. It just prolongs it even more, as we will be seeing a vault back into the arms of the killer. Hello, moi! And that will be our first down of the match. No pain resonance to speak of. That means generators can be progressed even through this, as we will see another generator popped with only 1 hook stage to our name. We need to be careful. We need to be getting these downs as quickly as we possibly can, progressing these generators as much as we possibly can on the survivor side, that is. As we see Ja. And Ja is going to be efficiently taking this pathing here. However, Ja will take tag, but that will mean that Patrol will be unhooked. Dino Melon wants this tunnel out. Hello, Patrol! How are you doing? Oh, you have a friend taking a tag for you? Okay, I'll eat that. All survivors are tagged, which means Nightfall will be building up faster. Dredge has that in common with Oni. Locker will be locked. Or unlocked, I apologize. And we are leaving. Resets are happening. Jaw, the only person to be reset. We are eating away at these lockers here as we see one person below us. Who is it? Nobody knows, but it is probably an injured survivor as we see Patrol, exactly who we needed to find. A Remnant Mind Game coming through. One swift Remnant Mind Game will mean a second stage for Patrol, but no, beautifully played by Patrol here to get that stun. Needed it in order to live this area as he will be making his way to the one side of the map. No, instead just holding forward to the gen pop as he knows that no longer does he need to avoid that area. This is a God Palette, dropping it. We are wasting so much of our killer's time, and Dino Melon understands that we have to leave. As a kick will be happening. However, we will be teleporting back to that generator, kicking it as well. 2 stacks of eruption on 2 different generators. Dino still has it all to play for here. If Dino is not able to get a swift down any longer, and with all the resets happening, then Chads will be in some trouble here as we are seeing Chase going on onto Note, dropping this very weak pallet, and that means that a tag will be happening, taking distance away from the killer. We will leave probably not after we kick this pallet, making sure it's no longer usable by the survivors. As we will see yet another survivor, we will probably be seeing another tag. That is Angels, that is a tag, and that is a W. A whole W, that is. No, not quite a win yet. And we are playing this now dropped pallet, making it more unsafe as Angels goes down. 2 stacks of eruption applied. We are slugging. We want pressure. Nobody here. Now the question is, does Dino go back to the pickup? It doesn't look like we will be. No. Perhaps we are. Yes, we want to find our slug as we see it crawling away, perhaps trying to get underneath a pallet. However, Dino says, no, you are not crawling underneath a pallet. There is no hope for you. Eat this hook. As we are teleporting away, seeing one survivor. It is, yet again, Patrol. No, it's Note. Apologies. Now we're running into Jaw. Jaw running into the killer's face. Mwah, and taking a tag. Beautiful tag coming in from Dino Melon. Needed to apply as much pressure. Eruption applied. Angels, however, will get unhooked for their troubles. As we are seeing Jaw continuing on this side of the map here, we will be committing to that chase. Underneath a pallet now, we will be having very swift patience. However, swift patience? No, very good patience is what I meant to say. There's Patrol. That is who we needed to find. Pressure upon pressure needs to be added to the survivors, making sure they're not able to manage their gem pressure with picking up survivors. Note taking a tag here. Sloppy Butcher applied as well. We're going back up. We find our slugged Jaw, and that will be a hook. No, instead we see another survivor here. This is Patrol. This is Patrol going back upstairs. Efficient pathing from Patrol here, taking the killer away. However, a teleport happening, and that is all the generators completed. Beautiful efficiency from the survivors of Chad, or apologies, from the survivors of Tremor. Another hook happening. Angels on his second hook here. Opening the locker. We are seeing Note. We are seeing Patrol. We want Note. Patrol was already hooked. Note was not. If we get it down onto Note, that will mean a much better result had we not. And that is it down onto Note. Angels gets unhooked, but we do not have time. We cannot go for that. Note will be dying, assuming the survivors take their outs. This is a 1K, 6 stages. It looks like Dino sees the reset. Beautifully played from Dino, understanding where the reset is happening. Angels faking the locker. A short swing to come through. Second wind happening. Getting out of the locker here. Protecting Note with all our might here. Teleporting in front of them. As we are seeing Jaw will be out of the game here. Kicking the pallet in front of the gate. Making sure they have no avenue for escape here. We are using our power to trigger Killer Instinct. As there is Note. Note will probably be escaping from this trial unscathed unless he gets any help from his team here. He will be taking a tag. If this gate is not opened, Note will probably be dying. Teleporting to the top side of the locker here, going out of it. As Note will, in fact, be escaping. That was 4 stages, if I counted correctly. We will see you all after a short break. Stay tuned. back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Entities Campfire. We are back on the Midwich Elementary School with Angels on the Dredge. Already, we see a stealthing survivor in Dame. For the side of Chads, we have Slasher, Finesse, Dino Melon, and Dame already dropping the strong Medical Bay God palette. Chase continuing into the courtyard to the IKEA loop. Will we be building a house for Angels today? Let's find out on today's episode of House Hunters. I'm just kidding, this is not House Hunters, this is Entities Campfire. As we're seeing a Remnant Mind game coming through, a drop and a swift tag onto Dame to follow. Even though that pallet was there, it's still a 50-50 because you need to make sure that as soon as you see the Dredge teleport, you are vaulting that pallet. But even if you do, it can still result in a tag as Dame is still in this medical way pallet. No! Running away onto the, I believe, 7 side of the map. Yes, as we are running into 8 bathrooms. Dropping the God Rock in bathrooms. Against Dredge, however, not so much of a God Rock. As you slow vault it, and it will not, unfortunately, be working out for our killer as Dame will be going down. Tragic, but not until another generator pops. And another generator slowly on its way. A hook. And no pain res. I believe pain resonance is banned on this killer. We are getting rid of that lock immediately. And we want to tunnel out. If we can honestly kill Dame here, then our win for set number 2 is all but certain. As we are hearing this generator being progressed here, we know somebody is here. Getting off of the generator, vaulting the window. We are safe at that generator as long as we buy that window. Dame will probably be going second. In the meantime, let's see what our survivors are doing. Finesse. Perhaps trying to play it safe here. Dino Melon on the generator. And Slasher also playing it safe. Probably going to get on a generator now. Yes, indeedy. Dame still hanging by a thread. Or a hook. Your mileage may vary. Needs to interrupt this generator as Dame is still on this hook. Dino revaulting. Blocking. Making sure Dame goes second. And it will all be but confirmed. No! Never mind. Dame will, in fact, be rescued before second stage. This is huge for Chads. If this chase onto Dame can last even a smidgen longer, then Chads will still be in a good position for a decent result. However, remember, their result to beat is 4 stages, meaning if Dame even dies, it is over. Chase going on into this useless bathroom over here, going over to the 7 unsafe piano room. Remnant mind game coming through, not gonna work out as Dame is gonna go down. But a pallet save perhaps? No, there's no angle for a pallet save as a hook is gonna be happening. Unfortunate the Dino could not get that pallet save and will be taking a tag as well. Let's see, let's find out. No. But you have to imagine one is soon to follow. Yes, it will be. Dino eating the claws of the Dredge. As Chase going on onto 12 here, dropping down. And unfortunately, because of the stagger that survivors get when they fall, no, never mind, Dino still makes it to this pallet. Beautifully played, understanding his difference. Remnant mind game coming through. Dino wins it. Beautifully done, vaulting the pallet. Waiting. We're waiting. We're still waiting. You never vault. You never vault. You wait. You wait. And you vault. And you die. It's unfortunate. Doesn't work out all the time. But we are slugging. We want to find Dame. But a reset onto Dame due to FTP means that he will die slower. As we are seeing Slasher. Slasher taking Chase into this unsafe room. Dropping the pallet. Angels going around. Remnant mind game needs to come through here. And will it work? Yes, it will. He wins it. Slasher goes down. Beautifully played from Angels here. At this point, if Angels had gotten any other hook, any hooks again, he would have already met tie condition. But no, we want Dame, and we want him now as we're seeing Finesse. Finesse taking chase up into the bathroom part of the map. Teleporting to the locker. We're running back down. We go through the hole. Will we be seeing Finesse to suit? No, we will not, but Finesse will be wise to it, but not for too long, as we are probably forcing locker. Yes, we are. A needed sacrifice there, and a hook to suit. 3 stages, 1 more hook, and the tie condition has been met as we're seeing this generator being progressed here. Unfortunately, when you get off of it, you got a skill check. Will not be completed. Unless I'm wrong, that could have been ruin. I did not actually hear the generator breaking. Continuing chase onto the 2 side of the map here. Dropping this unsafe pallet. Now that it's dropped, a 50-50 Remnant Mind Game is all that's needed. Dropping the pallet again. Remnant Mind Game coming through. Can Dino Rin his second Remnant Mind Game? He does not. He takes a tag. Back onto this unsafe pallet. Remnant Mind Game coming through here. Do we just eat the Remnant? No, we go back and we die. Those Remnant Mind Games are just not simple. Angels is so far a gazillion to 1 in these Remnant Mind Games. Has won every single one of them so far, except for 1. Teleporting away. Dino has been hooked. The tie condition has actually not been secured because we have not gotten a death yet. So still, if Chads gets all survivors out of the door here with the same stages, then they actually win the set. But that is a big ask, considering there's still 3 generators remaining. We are just going to camp Dino Melon to death here, I believe, as his going second would mean a win for Tremor. And Chads understands this as well. They cannot let Dino go second here. If Dino goes second here, it is over. As we are now seeing Slasher coming through. We will probably be seeing a tag in just a second. We do see a tag coming through onto Slasher. Slasher going to be running over to the 12 side of the map, interrupting a generator. Oh no, this is catastrophic. Dino will be unhooked, however. Pallet vaulting. Can we make it around? We instead decide to run through a Remnant Mind Game. 1. As a tag will be taken by Dame. Necessary. If Slasher had went down there, it's over. Do we win this Remnant Mind Game? It's hard to say, but technically no, since we are going down. And that is a hook, securing the victory for Team Tremor on round 2. And a death to suit. Unfortunately, because of that, Chads' gen efficiency is falling apart here. Dino will be taking a tag as this is not a locked locker, making his way to this unsafe loop here. We see Dino peeking his head out, does see which direction Angels is coming from. This chase needs to last if Chads want to pop all 3 generators. We are going to this unsafe pallet as we drop it. Remnant Mind Game going to be coming through. Beautifully played by Dino Melon. We are finally winning these Remnant Mind Games, vaulting the window. This chase will continue to last. We are going to be vaulting the window again. And we win that again. Beautifully played by Dino Melon. This is what you need if you are Team Chads. Unfortunately, the win has already gone to Team Tremor, but we are now playing for respect points. Unfortunately, this gen does not pop, and it will be a locker force. No, instead we are pretending. No, we are trying to force Slasher out. Angels edging the locker a little bit. Pause. Slasher being taken out of the locker, and we are going to be seeing 6 stages. That is a fresh hook as well. All survivors, I believe, have been hooked. We are leaving. We are finding the rest of these survivors here against the Dredge. Popping another generator in a 3v1 is a big ask, but not impossible here. They just need to stealth for their lives. Unhook happening onto Slasher as Ruin will be cleansed. Finesse making his way onto this side of the map here with a pallet. We need to win some 50-50s. We are winning them so far. We wait, you wait, and you wait a little bit more. You just never vault, and you win the 50-50. Beautifully played as we're holding W now. Amazingly played by Finesse here. However, unfortunately, he will be eating a tag. As we are now leaving. We know a survivor was very close to here. It's probably Slasher. There he is, Slasher in all of his Ace Visconti goodness. Has to win this pallet. Unfortunately, for Angels, he does. Going over to this two-side of the map here and will be unfortunately dying. Surge will be procced. Eruption will be procced. I believe only one of them... Oh. That's unfortunate. Okay, we are going to try to find Dynamelon. We do, in fact, find Dynamelon. This will be a 4K with 2 stages. Beautifully played on the side of Team Tremor. Killer efficiency was exactly where it needed to be. Now we are seeing how long Dynamelon can last in this chase. A pallet stun, beautifully done. As we are faking, teleporting in front of him. Beautifully played by Angels. This Dynamelon will be going down. However, Finesse getting up off the floor. Was that unbreakable? You have to assume Slasher picked up off the floor. 2 options for chases. Chad's not out of this game just yet. They will fight to the bitter end. Continuing chase into the courtyard. This is beautifully played from Chad's, even though they had a tunnel out with only 2 generators remaining. With 2 generators remaining, I mean. Chad's is showing that they are not going down without a fight. We are currently just trying to find any sort of survivor we can here. We are seeing Finesse stealthing his way. We do hear the terror radius onto Finesse, so that means a chase probably will happen very soon. No, Angels does not find Finesse. Beautiful stealthing from Finesse here. We are looking in the corner of Courtyard. Do we see a slug here? No, we don't. We are seeing a bit of a killer bug there, saying hi to the rooftop of the Midwich Elementary School, showing that it is actually more modern underneath the surface than you might think. A remnant mind game coming through. Do we win it? We do. We do. Beautifully played by Finesse here. Finesse, the survivor so far in this match that has given Angels a run for his money, as we are seeing Champion of Light as well. Needs to win this 50-50. Well, it's less of a 50-50, but now that it's been dropped, it is a remnant mind game 50-50. Finesse, however, is undeterred by the prospect of that. Will just be holding forward back to this pallet that's already been dropped, sadly. And we'll be forcing locker. Finesse taken out of the locker. Slasher has been reset. And a gen is being progressed. Finesse has teleported, or sorry, Angels has teleported away here. We are looking for another survivor here. Dino, we know it's working on a generator. Let's see what the survivors are doing. Our survivors are working generators. Dino looks like it's going to be the one who needs to get this unhook. Nightfall will be happening, and our killer will run into Dino here. Beautifully played by Angels. That is a tag onto Dynamelon. As well as a pallet break coming in as well. Teleporting back to the hook here. Breaking a locker as well. We are hearing Killer Instinct back on this generator. We understand it as well. Dino will be going down, and that is Surge. We did not hear the killer coming for us. Dino probably had a bit of a jump scare. Probably screamed into his microphone. Good comms, guys. Good comms. We are taking chase onto the 6th side of the map here. Going over to 9. Vaulting the window. Revaulting the window. No remnant to speak of just yet, as we're going to be playing this very unsafe palette. Finesse, again, giving Angels a run for his money, showing him that we are not going down without a fight. However, Finesse will be going down, sadly. Beautifully played by Finesse here, bought his team enough time to get resets. But again, this has been at the detriment of generator progression. They now need to reset. No, they're running away. FTP will be happening here. I'm interested to understand that play, actually. Perhaps there's something about the hook stages that we do not yet understand as spectator. My ref is in the background, has been counting the hook stages, so do not worry, we are keeping track of those. We are looking for stealthing survivors. Finesse is dead. It is a 2 versus 1. Copying another generator at this juncture is going to be proving to be a very difficult task. As we are entering a locker, doing a bit of a dance, making a little love tonight. This is not 7 minutes in heaven, Angels. This is Dead by Daylight. As we were waiting for a survivor to get back on this generator, and we probably heard it. That was probably the place. So perhaps it is 7 minutes in heaven, and we have found heaven. We're getting back into the locker. We see Dino getting out of the locker. Surprise! And it will be met with a kiss on the cheek or a blade to the back. Your mileage may vary. As we are teleporting away, both survivors injured. This generator is so desperately close, but it needs to be kicked, and that means that it will not be popped. Teleporting back to this locker. We are not getting Killer Instinct, meaning our survivor is not around here. We are not getting Killer Instinct either. Here. Waiting for a survivor, and we do see one with scratch marks. It is Dino vaulting the window. No down just yet. However, at this point, Dino doesn't have much place to go. Vaults the window again. Will not make that. And that is Eruption applied onto 3 different generators as well as Surge. Now, I believe that you cannot have both apply at the same time. I am more than willing to be corrected on that, however. We are building ourselves a house here at the IKEA loop. We only have 1 door to this house, however, which means we are susceptible to intruders. No, there's 2 doors. The other door was already closed, was already open, though. We are eating the remnant. Slasher is playing this loop super well. Unfortunately, the intruder will be entering our house. And we have taken her down. Dino Melon could bleed out here. Now, if I do remember, the rules do have dictation of bleed outs. However, it does not matter, as Tremor has already taken the set. It will affect their points, however. We are seeing Dino Melon, so a bleed out will not be happening. An attempt for sure, but unfortunately, not gonna bear any fruits. A very, very good display from Angels. A valiant effort from Team Chaz, as Team Tremor will be taking round 2. If Team Tremor takes round 3, they will win the match of today. Let's find out whether we will be continuing or whether the Singularity set will be the last one after a short break. See you all soon. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Entities Campfire. We are back on the Wrecker's Yard this time for some Singularity, one of my favorite killers to go up against in competitive DVD. Singularity is one of those killers that requires pristine comms on the side of the survivors, pristine gameplay on the the sides of the survivors, as well as looping. The first chase needs to last, as Singularity is a killer that can easily get destroyed in a 4v1, but in a 3v1, it is nearly impossible to pop another generator, as we are going to be seeing a lot of protection, most likely, as we are seeing an EMP pop onto Note. The survivors understand that this chase needs to last. The Singularity is also a set that is actually quite difficult if the communication is not there, as we're seeing Angels on the shack building. Beautiful take onto Angels. A shack will be dropped. We cannot afford a down early on in the game. The first chase needs to last. Beautifully played by Angels, getting that wonderful drop, as it will now be taken to the 3 side of the map. The seawall will be dropped. We are dropping everything, and there is a reason for it. We do not want to not only just give a tag, but we don't want to give it down. It is okay to eat these resources as long as our generator progress keeps up with it. That is the strength of the Singularity. If you are able to eat these resources quickly and the generator progress is not able to follow up, you might win the set. However, this is Team Tremor, so Dino Melon will have a lot to ask for as we are continuing chase onto Angels, the 3 side of the map. Angels, nothing to work with at this point, will be taking a tag. No, might make this pallet. Unfortunately, does not. Understanding that, Angels will be directing himself to a different loop. Knows that he has this pallet to play. Will probably be pre-dropping it. Yes, he will pre-drop it. Vaulting it now. The pallet will be dropping. Going back to the 3 side of the map, we want to control these generators. However, this chase is lasting a pretty damn good amount of time. Angels will be dropping this pallet, it looks like. No, he doesn't. He tries to go around it. Unfortunately, will be sacrificing a down for it. A first generator pops. This is not a start a Singularity likes to have. A Singularity loves to have these early downs. Loves to try to go for these early downs, and loves to, I've said that already. What am I casting? Anyway, we are seeing Note. We're seeing Note on the other side of the map, on the 9 side of the map, as our generator efficiency has, in fact, kept up with our pressure on the resources. We have every single survivor slipstream infected, as Patrol will be teleported to. Now, not much to use here, so a tag will be happening onto Patrol. And we do have a bit of a 3-gen on this side of the map here, so Dino Melon can be happy about this. This is an active generator. It will be teleported to. Ruin. Proccing. It will regress. We want to defend this hook. We don't want it to just go down yet, but it will be happening. Angels will get unhooked. Now it comes down to whether or not Angels can last in this chase or not. 9 will probably pop. It will. The game is not over yet. We have a 3-gen, but it is not the strongest 3-gen in the world. Dino Melon needs to be very, very careful. When you play the Singularity, you are a well-oiled machine, and if that machine stutters for even a little bit, it is a loss. As we are seeing Patrol, who will be going down. Unfortunately, that is not our tunnel out, but it is a pain resonance. So perhaps you don't mind taking this hook. A hook onto the 8 side of the map will be pain resonance. We are looking around for any survivor who might be lurking in the shadows. Angels will get reset. The survivors of Tremor know how to play against this killer. Jaw will be eating a slipstream infection. Note will be eating a slipstream infection. And a teleport onto Jaw. Sprint Burst to follow up. Jaw isn't going to any side of the map that has any resources. Patrol getting unhooked here. Just kidding, there is a resource here actually. A quick kick and a follow-up teleport. Our generator efficiency will be maximized. However, as we get closer and closer to the lower amount of generators, our efficiency will take a slight dip. And that is a down. Onto Jaw. No, it is not. Beautiful pathing from Jaw to get a hit tank. Patrol coming in at the right time. Unfortunately, that means that we are not getting a down. There is Note working the 5 generator. We are teleporting to Note here. Note is not tagged. So we have no Sloppy Butcher, so resets will be faster. No life to speak of. A tag onto Note. Can we follow up? A teleport coming through, a window as well, but we want this pallet. No check spotting, very, very well. Patience and persistence is needed. We are seeing Patrol here. Patrol will take a slipstream infection. The fact that we do not have a tunnel out as Singularity right now is concerning for Dinomelon, as that will be a pallet gone out of the game. This is something that Singularity thrives on, is eating resources very, very well, as it is down to 1 generator remaining. But again, even though he thrives at eating resources very, very efficiently, if the generator efficiency matches that, it means nothing, as a tag will happen onto Jaw. Do we follow up with a chase? We do. Teleporting to the crane, as it will drop. We are leaving. We see Note. We want to defend this 3-gen. A 3-gen on Singularity can be difficult to break, but if anyone can do it, it is Team Tremor. They will be kicking the 5 generator. They find Patrol, and we also know that this generator, no, it doesn't seem to have any progress, so we're a little bit safe here as we find Jaw. We don't want Jaw. You have Sprint Burst. Oh, hi, Angels. You have Bounce Landing, huh? No tag will happen. No Bounce Landing as well. Just beautiful, beautiful patience from Angels. Very, very experienced team is Team Tremor. Eruption is on the 5 generator. Now at this point, Team Tremor is going to be playing very, very slowly here. They don't want to give any free tags. They don't want to give any free downs. They don't want to play too callously here. They want to be very, very careful with their efficiency, but also making sure that they're not giving our killer too much to work with. A slipstream teleporting onto Angels here. It will probably be a tag. As we are vaulting quickly to suit, a tag onto Angels. That's all we want. We're leaving. No, we're committing. We do not have commitment issues here. I am Dinomelon, and I commit to my problems. But for that, I'm also taking a tag from Patrol. That is an uninjured survivor. Our generator efficiency, again, as I said, has tanked in a 3v1. We are trying to grab the killer's attention here, because we want the survivors to work these generators, but Dinomelon is wise to that. Bounce landing. Coming through. Beautifully done by Note. However, not before finding our survivors, for some reason, resetting under an EMP, or un-EMP'd Pyopod. An attempt at a pallet save, but it will not come through. Angels will be going on hook. And that is a pain resonance as well. As we are finding the injured Patrol here, this is exactly what Dinomelon needed. Angels will be unhooked, but we have some footing again. If we can just keep this footing, and a hook in our 3-gen as well, would spell disaster for Team Tremor. This is the opening Dinomelon needed. It is not a pain res, but it is a hook in our 3-gen, and it was not pain resonable. Pain resonable. Anyway, but as a blast mine, Patrol could be unhooked. Patrol could be unhooked, but it doesn't look like it will be happening, as we are seeing a rotating survivor for the unhook. It'll likely be happening here. Yes, it will be. Patrol, again, running away. A down onto Patrol would be huge here. We're following up. Here is Note, and it's Lithe as well. Rotating around is Note. Beautifully played by Team Tremor. Denying a down. And an FTP most likely to suit. No, instead, we are just resetting. We know this killer can no longer commit to us. We are finding the double reset. It will happen. There's nothing that Dynamelon can do to stop it. A kick onto this generator. We do know there's a survivor here. There's Jaw. And there is Note. Now, this is still not the ideal game for Singularity. Remember, you want a tunnel out. Singularity is one of those killers that every tunnel out matters on every killer, but against Singularity, especially so. A 3v1 is going to be difficult for the survivors to play. We are being very careful. That generator is being doubled. We are seeing a bit of a spectator bug. Apologies, ladies and gentlemen. I will switch to what the survivors over here are doing, as it looks like they are just committing for the generator. It doesn't look like Dynamelon is going to be able to interrupt this in time. Will he be able to is the question. They are committed. They are committed. That will not be a grab off the generator, and it will be completed. Adrenaline to suit as well. Unfortunate. Unfortunate for Dynamelon. We still have the slipstream bug. No, we're back, ladies. No, we are not back. No, we are back. Okay, so it looks like it only occurs when we are out of... when we're out of biopods. So we're going to be having to go to the survivors' perspectives here. That 12 gate is being opened. Chase onto Patrol. Apologies. We are in cams. We understand that this is probably a 4-man out if we play this correctly. Angel's taking a tag here. We are going to be resetting. Now, the reason we are resetting here is no BM. We're trying to make sure everyone is efficiently healed to play for the outs, and maybe potentially prevent any more stages as Sprint Burst coming in from Jaw here, but unfortunately it will mean he will make nothing. A tag from Jaw. This is why we were resetting, because a hit tanks coming in could mean more stages out the door. Dynamelon on an EMP, trying to get it as quickly as possible. Patrol still on the ground. We find nobody. Never mind. We're still looking around in our biopods, trying to find anybody, as that will mean Patrol will be taken off the ground here. 9 gate will be opened by Patrol. Chase probably going on to Shaq. No, Chase onto Jaw. Jaw will be going down. Do you take the hook? No, we want more. No, you take the hook. Jaw is fresh hook. So getting Jaw here would mean a better result for Dynamelon. Going into our cameras. We are on that hill. We see you on that hill. We are tagging you on that hill. We are in cams. We are teleporting away. Chase is not happening though. On the hill, we're still looking for any survivor. We see it, and we go back to hook. The bug was fixed. The bug is fixed now, ladies and gentlemen. Everyone is slipstream tagged. A securing of a death onto Jaw is exactly what Dynamelon needs, but it is going to be a big ask, as all survivors are here defending the teammates. They are leaving Now the question is, can you find anyone to teleport to? You can, but that is not the survivor you needed to find. We do, however, see Note making his way to the 9 side of the map, a teleport coming through to maybe stop her. Continuing over to Shaq, vaulting the window. Everyone is leaving now. We want to prevent the hatch. Note will die. Beautifully played from Dynomelon, the end game. However, this is still a very, very, very beatable result. The survivors of Chads will have it all to play for, and we will see if they are able to continue keeping the game going, or if Tremor will win after a short break. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to potentially the final round of today's matches. The Singularity on Wrecker's Yard. This time, Angels playing for Team Tremor. We have Dynamelon, Slasher, Dame, and Finesse, the same roster as we have seen. Looks like we've had a very consistent roster throughout these games, except for Georgie on the Dracula. Yeah, okay, a Biopod I've never seen before onto Shaq. Not as strong as you might think, however. You can EMP it, and it is very EMPable, but it does look at all sides of the Shaq, so you can find anyone on it. As we will be teleporting to the 9 side of the map here. First chase onto Finesse. We do see scratch marks, as we are wanting to spread Slipstream infection. Chase going on the 9 side of the map here. A swing and a miss, as Finesse will be forcing a pallet down Angel's throat, as Shaq will be being progressed here. A teleport going on Shaq, vaulting through. This is so far not the strongest Singularity start. We don't have a tag just yet, but everyone is infected, so that could change in just a second here. Even right now, as Shaq will have to be dropped if we want to prevent a tag, and it will be. Chase going on onto the 9 side of the map here. A teleportation coming through onto 8. EMPs coming through. Needed, necessary. Window going to be taken, and a swing and a miss from Angels, eating metal. As we will be teleporting back onto Shaq, and we are seeing another Slipstream bug happening, so we will be switching to the survivor side of the chase here. We are check spotting to see if we can find the killer. We do not find the killer, as it looks like chase going on onto Slasher here. If we can prevent a tag, this is big. Holding check spots. We see the killer running around this side of the map here. We're making it to the 9 side, as Dynamelon will be eating a Slipstream. It looks like Chase going back onto Dynamelon. Now, can he make this window? Yes, he can. And he will therefore make this pallet. Needs to win these pallets. Does get the down. Beautifully played by Dynamelon. Will have to. No. Yes. Will probably have to. No. Does not drop. Instead, choosing to play balanced landing. Unfortunately, a bit of stuttering there. If he was a little bit more understanding of what the killer was doing, he might have been able to prevent that tag. A teleport will not happen, however. Now it will. Needs to drop this pallet. Will. That'll be a kick. Dynamelon will be committed to. Pallet over by 2. Can Dynamelon last even longer? Needs to play the pallet efficiently. Sees the killer coming around. Being very, very meticulous. And will he get the drop? No, he won't. But that will be a death on the pallet. Now, it comes down to whether or not this pallet save can be gotten. It looks like it will. It will. Beautiful pallet save coming in from Chads, as Dynamelon is going to continue chase over to the 3 side of the map here. A teleportation coming through. Chads is still in this game. Dynamelon check spotting beautifully, understanding which side of the map the killer is coming from. Beautifully dropping that pallet, slowing down the killer, making the window, and is now able to make this 3 pallet. A lot of resources are being eaten, but the gen pressure is still on. An EMP coming through, and this will allow him. No, he needs a hit tank, and it will not happen. Oh no! And unfortunately, it will mean that main is not going to be popped. There might have been a communication error coming in through here. Main can't be popped. It is a Shaq hook as well. An unfortunate turn of events for Team Chads. After what was an amazing chase, Dynamelon needed to drop that pallet, and unfortunately just didn't. And it means that he will be dying in the basement. Beautiful check spotting coming in from Dame here as he runs through the pallet. This means that he will be tagged here. Unfortunately, losing the gamble. Dynamelon will probably be dying inside of this basement here. Team Chads needs gen progress. A Slipstream onto Finesse. We're still defending this basement hook here, and unfortunately, because it was hooked in a spot where the highest prog to generator was, it will not yield a pop. Slasher, however, still on the 3 generator here. They're more than willing to let Dynamelon go second here, and they might even be willing to let him die if it means that they can pop all 3 generators. They are looking for a 8-stage result to tie, to keep them in this game. Any more than that, and the set will go to Team Tremor. Not even just the set, the entire match. We see the unhook happening. We can't go for it anymore. An unfortunate slipstream onto Finesse. A generator will pop, however, and we will be getting another EMP. Dame going to EMP the Biopod at 9. Finesse will be taking a tag here, and chase going on Finesse. No, we are wanting to prevent the Shack from popping. We do manage, it looks like, to get Dynamelon out of the basement here, but the question is, for how long? A body block is happening. Tag onto Slasher. Can Dynamelon make this window? It looks like he will, because of the fact that Angels is going into a Biopod. A teleport happening, and the interesting pallet drop. It looks like Dino thought he had a little bit more time to drop that pallet, but unfortunately means Dynamelon is going down here. It is now a 3v1 with 2 generators remaining. It is all but looking hopeless for Team Chads. Team Chads, if they have any shot at this, needs perfect gameplay. And not only that, needs to hope that Angels make so many mistakes. But it looks like a down onto Slasher will happen. We are not picking up. We want generator progress. Or we are wanting to stop any generator progress. Chase onto Dame happening. Unfortunately, on the side of the map, that makes it impossible for Finesse to get that pickup. Teleporting to Dame. Vaulting the window. Confusing Angels a little bit there, it looks like. But we do understand that Finesse is around, so maybe Angels let that happen. A teleport onto Dame here. Oh no, I don't think he's going to make this window. He will, but he understands what the killer is doing and is able to evade it. Beautifully played from Dame. The chase is no longer on, but a teleport back towards Slasher will probably put him back on the ground. No, this is Finesse. Chase will be happening onto Finesse. Going into the 9 side of the map. Can we teleport? We are not bothering. Instead, we are patrolling our generators. The survivors of Chads needs to slow this down. They need to slow this down, and they need to make sure they're playing meticulously. No, a teleport will happen, unfortunately. Finesse got caught off. And a down will happen. It looks like we were trying for a window tech here, understanding that there was no other choice. We were going to die if we didn't. We had to try something, and unfortunately, it won't be working out. We are not seeing it. We are seeing the reset. We are finding both of our survivors. A down onto Dame. It is up to Slasher. It is all up to Slasher. No unbreakables are in play here. And Slasher is being very careful. He's been found. And with that, a 4K2 result has all but been confirmed. Not before Smash hit. It's Proct, however, taking Angels to this rock loop. Vaulting the pallet. Beautifully played. Winning that 50-50. Continuing on. It looks like Angels is going to be breaking the pallet. Going over back to the 3 side of the map. Needs to pick up Angels. Or, sorry, needs to pick up Dame here. Make him act as a body blocker. No, instead just deciding to take the tag for free. Honestly, probably smart here because the only thing keeping them in this game here. Angels, however, cornering Slasher. Slasher, nothing else to use, and Slasher will go down. Dame will also be found here in the shack. A teleport. And it's all but done. This is a 4K2 result. Dame cannot make this 10 loop. And with that, barring any sort of perk that I do not think they have, no. There's no Unbreakable. There's no Deliverance allowed. This is a 4K2, meaning that Team Tremor has won. Beautifully played by both teams here. Chads fought hard, but unfortunately we're just not able to find any leeway on to Team Tremor, who just remained resilient the entire game. There is no avenue now, though, for Team Chads to be continuing. Which means the semifinals go to Team Tremor. Oh god, did I say Chad? There's no avenue for Chads to keep going, which means that Tremor has won the semifinals. We are looking for Slasher here, so that we can make it official. We still have a heavy heartbeat. We have not yet found Slasher. Looking at the truck here, can we find him? No, we cannot. It was a very, very good start for Team Chads. The chases were efficient, but an unfortunate communication error. And that's all it needs, and that's all that needs to happen. Angels capitalized on it perfectly. Finesse going second here, and Dame dying. Slasher still crawling away. Remember, bleed outs do not give you the full amount of points. If I remember correctly, they account for each point of each hook stage remaining. However, each hook stage is 2 points. So even if Slasher is found, there he is. And that is a Mori we will be seeing from Angels. Beautifully played by all teams here. Thank you everyone for watching the Losers Bracket Semifinals. Congratulations to Team Tremor. And thank you to Team Chads as well for participating. A hard-fought battle by everyone involved. We hope to see you again for the next round of Entity's Campfire. See you all then. Goodbye.